Good morning, boys and girls. I hope everybody's safe and sound in their homes during this kind of crazy period where we're quarantining ourselves and we don't really understand what's going on and how things will play out. I miss seeing you all at the St. Nectarios Church, and I hope that we get through all of these things kind of quickly so that way we can be back together as one church family once again. I wanted to take the opportunity, though, to talk to you about today's gospel like we do every Sunday during the Divine Liturgy. Before I go on, I want to ask you all to do one thing. If you haven't read today's gospel, press pause on the video, go to goarch.org, that's goarch.org, scroll down to the middle of the page, and click on today's gospel reading. Read it, have your mom and your dad help you, and then come back to the video and we can go ahead and share a few thoughts. Just next week, we celebrate Palm Sunday. And we remember on Palm Sunday that Jesus rides into the city of Jerusalem on a donkey. The people are so excited to welcome him that they receive him like he's a king. They cut down palm branches and palm leaves from the trees, and they put them down on the ground so that not even his donkey will get dirty by the dirt on the ground. We remember that right after this, Christ is arrested, he's beaten, he's humiliated, and he's crucified. He eventually dies. But we're not saddened by this, because we remember that right afterwards, he rises from the dead. And this is what we celebrate on Easter. In today's gospel message, Christ talks to his disciples a little bit about what is going to happen to him. He tells them, I'm going into Jerusalem now, and they're going to arrest me, they're going to beat me, they're going to kill me. You think his disciples would be a little upset. Instead, two of them come up to him and they say, Jesus, we want you to do something for us. He says, okay, what do you want? They say, we want you to give us the best seats in the kingdom of heaven. Christ was a little confused by this and tells them, you know what, guys, I think you're a little mistaken. I don't think you really get how it works. If you want the best seats in the kingdom of heaven, if you want to be first in the kingdom of heaven, you need to be last. Instead of being a master, instead of being a ruler, instead of being like a king, you need to become like a servant. And he says, I didn't come to be served, but to serve. See, Christ, our God, the King of all, came down to this earth. And instead of requiring everybody to do all these things for him, and instead of asking for the best things in this world, he came to serve. He came to show love to people, and he asks us to do just that today. He tells us that if we want the best things in life, if we want the best things after we die and move on to heaven, we really need to show love to the people around us. We remember that everybody's made in the image and likeness of God. Everybody we meet is like God. And when we show love to the people in our lives, we show love to God. So Jesus asks us to remember that today. He asks us to not be so concerned with being first and having the best things and having people serve us. But he tells us if we really want to remember what matters in life, if we really want to have a relationship with God, if we really want one day when we die to live with him forever in the most amazing of places, we need to show love to his people. I know that sometimes being apart from our church can be a little weird and it kind of changes up our program and we're all going a little crazy in the house. I want to remind you all that you can join us for services by visiting our YouTube page. If you go to youtube.com and type in St. Nectarios Roslindale, you'll be brought to our page where you can follow along all of our services that Father Konstantinos is praying for all of us. I hope to see you all soon, and I hope that you have a great last week of Lent, and I look forward to chatting with you all again as we get to Holy Week.